Welcome back to Everyday Book Research, where we're taking things that authors do in their everyday life and using them as book research for the projects you're working on now and in the future. Today, I want to talk about restaurants because, oh my gosh, the world of opportunity we have when we go out to eat is incredible. Now, you can be taking notes on your phone as this is happening in real time. It's just going to look like you're texting somebody, totally fine. You can let your party know that you're doing this or not, or you can just mentally track all these things, and as soon as you're done, as soon as you were away from people, take the notes on your phone. It's really important to make sure that you're remembering these things. Now, with anything that you're doing here with everyday book research, label your note with book research and then the keywords. So restaurant, eating, cafe, going out to eat, lunch, dinner, whatever. Label the keywords up top so that you can easily find those. And now we're going to start taking notes. Now, this can start from preparing to go all the way to going to the restaurant, all the way to leaving the restaurant. There's so much we can look at. I'm not going to hit on everything, but I'm going to give you a pretty good idea of what to start looking for. And the deeper you go, the better you're going to do. This can implement very strongly into your character development and your world development. So let's jump in. When you know you're going to a restaurant, what are the things you're considering? What are the things you're thinking about? These are going to help you go with motives for your characters. These are decision making in a lot of cases. Now, in most cases, you're going to be deciding what restaurant to go to rather than just signing up and saying, yes, I'll go with you to a restaurant and somebody else picking, because we know how it works. So you need to make decisions. How are we making those decisions? What are the skills involved with these things? Who's going? How many people are going to be attending? What type of things do they like? Are there food allergies? Are there things that people don't like? Are there seating arrangement issues? Are we bringing dogs with us that we need specific types of restaurants? Are there limitations? Are there things that we're doing? Are we celebrating something special? Do we want the free birthday sundae? Do we want the things? All those things are going to be going into consideration, and this can help us clearly define our characters' motives as well, or their logical way of thinking. So start thinking through those things, taking some notes. That's going to help you with your character development. You're also going to want to look specifically at the restaurant you're choosing. And this can go anything from like the architecture, the way that it's built, the murals on the wall, the high ceilings, the low ceilings, the piping across the ceiling, or if it's open or if it's more refined, if there are big windows in the front for people to see, or if it's closed in so that people can't look into it and get that inside look at what the restaurant is like. How far in advance do you need to make the reservation? Is there a concierge up front? Are we doing parking? Is this super fancy? Is this like a walk-in fast food place? Think through these things. Now think through the flow of traffic. What is the layout? How are these restaurants set up? What do the tables look like? Do you have to wind around a lot of things? Are there stairs? Do they have to talk about the stairs every time there are stairs so that you don't trip and fall? What are people saying? What are people doing as you're walking in? What are the conversations that you're hearing? Where are the people sitting? Are we sitting at tables with fancy tablecloths and we've got the candles and we've got the centerpieces and all the things? Or are we, again, at something like a fast food place or just like a picnic style restaurant or a buffet? Or like, what are we doing here? What does the flow of traffic look like? How are we navigating people around people? How close are the tables? How close are the booths? How close are other people to other people's tables? Are you, if you are going on a date, are you sitting really close, or do you have to sit across the table from a person? Are you distant from them? Are you real close that you can hear conversations? Are there a lot of people eavesdropping? What's going on? Listen to what people are talking about. Pick up the rumors. Hear the conversations. Hear the stories. Listen to what other people are doing. If you're with your party, please pay attention to your party. It is important to make sure you're having conversations, but when it's not your turn and you want to check out just a little bit, listen to the people next to you. My gosh, you can get a lot. And as you're walking through to your table, you can pick up so many bits of conversation. You can be people watching. Look at the people who are there. Who is with each other? Are they on dates? Are they doing fun things? What's going on? Where are they going? What are they doing? How are they doing it? Learn who's there. Is this family? How are people interacting? How are parents taking care of their children? Are the children running wild? Are they doing things that they're not supposed to be doing? Are they coloring on things? Are they destroying things? What are the waitresses doing? What are the waiters doing? How are people interacting and engaging and having these conversations? Restaurants are exceptionally helpful for people watching. I want you to look at the people who look like they're on a date. Do they look like they're on a first date? How are they engaging with each other? How are the conversations going? Are they leaning into each other? Are they leaning on their elbows? Are they touching each other's hands? Are they having those conversations? Or is she really uncomfortable because he's really making it uncomfortable? Are the people interfering if it's being uncomfortable for people? Are they taking care of this woman? Are they doing the things? How are people reacting? If somebody's being loud, if we're having a married couple that's having a fight, what are the people around them doing? This is one of the ultimate places to people watch because you see such a range of emotions. You can see who is happy to be with the people that they're with, who is stressed, who is having deep conversations, who's worried, who is a little too drunk, who is being bombastic, who is being loud, who is somebody who thinks they're better than everybody else. You can see how people are treating the waitresses and the waiters and the people who are seating them. You can see all of those things. You watch the waiters and waitresses, they're going to have very different attitudes. Some are going to be nice and friendly and really attentive and really good. Some are not. You've all seen wait staff. There's good, there's bad, there's in between. Watch them and how they interact, and then watch the tables when they walk away. If it's somebody who's really good at their job, people are going to be really good the second they walked away. And if they are not good at their job, you're going to see it all over their faces the second they turn their back and walk away to go get something. You will learn a lot about how people interact with each other by watching inside of a restaurant. Now watch the cooks if you can. Watch the chefs. Watch the people who are bringing out the food. Watch the people who are helping people to pay. Watch the tables when it comes time to pay the check. Who is paying the check and how are they doing it and how are they having those conversations? Are people fighting over the check? Are they just saying thank you? Do they just expect one person to do it? Is it a family and we know who takes care of things there? What is it? What does that look like? There are so many things that you can watch. Now, I also want you to look at the environment. We talked about how they've set up the walking trails, how they've set up the tables and things like that, but I want you to look at your table. What's on your table? What do they have on a table? Your character might be walking into a restaurant, and what things are expected on the table? If you're in something that's more like a diner, you're probably going to see salt and pepper and ketchup and maybe mustard. You're going to see some napkins. You're going to see the menus. It's going to be different than if you walk into a super fancy restaurant. You're going to see the centerpiece. You're not going to see all the condiments. These things are going to be different. And that's incredibly valuable to know. Look at the forks, the number of forks, the placement of the forks. Look at the other cutlery. Look at the napkins. Are they paper? Are they fabric? Are they folded fancy? Are there extra things? Look at everything from the artwork on the walls to how high the ceilings are to where things are placed. Look at the world building. There's so much you can get from that. And then if you identify issues like the walking path, is it hard to get places? Is it hard to navigate? How do people with big heavy trays navigate these things? How are they navigating with people walking at them? All these things are interpersonal dynamics between people and situational dynamics between the environment that they're in. And that has such strong impacts on what you're doing as an author. I could go on and on and on and serve you up so many great things. Jokes, I got them, to allow you to learn from these instances, but I highly recommend getting things cooking and going to a restaurant just to learn and go to different types. And every time you go, take those notes because man, that is going to be really good for building conflict, for resolving conflict, for dealing with how to navigate things and how to build things and just so much. Restaurants, key. They are elite. Chef's kiss, haha, when it comes to your book research. Follow along for more everyday ways that you can do book research for things that you're already doing to level up your writing so that you can be more profitable inside of your author space this year as we help you navigate your writing, your publishing, your marketing, and how to navigate the world of your social media so that you can thrive and make this your most profitable year ever. Listen to the upcoming episodes.